Hi, this is Zach Meir with the US stock highlights for Monday, the 28th of December here on Share Talk. Starting off with Atif Holdings, where we've broken through the 200-day moving average at $1.43 after the island gap that we've had, the gap down at the end of October and the gap higher today. View is that while we're above the 200-day line, currently $1.43, we're looking at the top of a broadening triangle from way back at the end of July. The resistance line there currently pointing to $2.61, which could hopefully be seen as soon as the end of next month. Next stock is another vibrant looking one by NANO Genomics. Here we've had a gap higher for the shares. Looks like they're heading towards the top of the rising trend channel from back in July. Depending on exactly where that is, we're going to retest the peak of that month, which was around $1.16 rather, and maybe we'll get to $1.60, but in the meantime, the upside target valid while we hold above last week's intraday peak at 81 cents. So while there's no end of day close back below 81 cents, looking towards the $1.16 level, and I suppose the $1.20 area, which has been basically 2020 resistance. Moving along to a stock which is I think a new one for us in terms of this sweep. Here we've got Crsr Gaming, and well, not much of a chart to look at given that we've only got a few months of data there, but rising trend channel based at the 50-day moving average, currently around $31.80, and while we're above that, looking for the top of the channel, currently pointing as high as $60, which could be seen as soon as the end of February. If you're cautious on the shares, maybe you can have a tighter stop, i.e. an end-of-day close back below Friday's or Thursday's low at $36. Otherwise, if you're a momentum trader, wait for an end-of-day close through the last December peak, which was at $44.05. Above that, as I said, we're looking for the $60 area. Next situation is one that I have covered before, but seems to be moving quite sharply. Foresight Autonomous, rather. Here we've had a gap higher last week. Support hopefully coming in at the open of the 23rd of December, so last Wednesday's open, which was around $4.22. While we're above that on an end-of-day close basis, looking towards the top of the rising trend channel from back in June. Currently pointing or promising a target as high as $9, hopefully to be seen as soon as the end of February. GameStop, a stock which is being talked about a lot, I believe, on social media and other places. Not surprising given the current environment that we're in, that a company like this would be in focus. Interesting at the moment that we've had that old peak from the end of November at $19.42, and we've got a bull flag based above that, or at and above that at the moment, which is an encouraging sign, while there's no end-of-day close back below that old November peak. Looking towards $28 or maybe $29, which is an August resistance line projection. Hopefully to see that, hope to see that as soon as the end of February, rather. I think that would give it a decent amount of time, but hopefully by the end of January. On to Gevo, which I've covered several times in the recent past. Not getting bored with it either, largely because of the decent price action we're seeing at the moment. Target we had, the initial target we had, or one of the initial targets we had at the top of a late June trend channel there, hit at around $4.30. End of day close through that June resistance line, i.e. $4, maybe 40 and above. Could open up the next leg higher for the shares, hitting that basically early July resistance line projection, and that's promising a target as high as $7, hopefully by the end of February. At this stage, only really back below, well back below the initial December resistance, around $3.12 on an end-of-day close basis, really delaying the upside scenario. Stock which was requested a while back and has been one of the rather more successful requests, I would say, especially as it's rather in vogue in terms of the business model. Marathon Patent Group. Here we've also hit a rising trend channel target around $14, and an end of day close through $14, and maybe through The initial December peak at 14.08 could take the shares up towards $16.75, which is a resistance line projection from way back in December 2018. Probably, well, obviously, we're looking for more over the next month or two, but by the end of January, hopefully up towards $16.75 if the current situation allows itself to get a little bit cooled off, because obviously at the moment we've rushed up vertically in recent sessions. Another stock which has been very much eye-catching is NXTID. Here we've had the initial target here hit around $1. We were looking for the next target towards $2.10, which is also just about being taken out. I think it was taken out last week at $2.12. Now it's all about really seeing how much the shares might retrace. We've got to the bottom of the overnight gap for the stock at $1.24, and while we're above that on an end-of-day close basis, looking for further upside both to $2.10 and then up to hopefully $3 as an ultimate target by the end of February, which is an old 2018 resistance line projection heading towards that particular zone. Onto a stock which goes very well with the massive rally that we're seeing in all things Bitcoin or cryptocurrency related at the moment. Here we've got Riot Blockchain. Looks like it's heading towards that February resistance line projection from early 2019 at $28. That target valid at least while we're above the recent swing low for the shares at $12.80. Obviously, you can have an end-of-day close back below today's intraday low at $14.71, but $12.80 certainly the area that one would favor in terms of being a decent money management point ahead of a possible push towards $28. On to the last couple of stocks now. First one is XL Fleet, and here we don't have much data to go on, and obviously it's very early days yet, but the view is that we're looking for hopefully an end-of-day close through the previous session's resistance at $35. If we can get through that, then hopefully the target would be towards the $50 area, which would be in a trend channel which I'm attempting to draw at the moment, and that would be valid at least while we're above the $25 area over the next few sessions, but above 25, hopefully up towards the $50 area for XL Fleet. Finishing off with one of the smaller numerical stocks in the form of Zomedica. Here it's all about the cents, I suppose, here with the recent breakout through the initial December resistance. That was at 21 cents, and the upside here valid while we remain above that on an end-of-day close basis. Just how far we could fly is suggested by that resistance line projection from January, currently pointing towards the 37 cents area over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So above 21 cents, that last December peak, looking hopefully towards 37 cents for Zomedica. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.